Today we're going to talk about something really important. We're going to look past the stethoscopes and the scrubs and really dive into the human spirit behind one of the most challenging professions out there. We're talking about medicine, but not just the science, we're talking about the heart. Let's get into it.
And really, it all boils down to this one simple, but honestly super profound idea. For so many people, becoming a doctor isn't just picking a career from a list. It's a calling. It's this deep, driving force that's about so much more than just tests and treatments.
And you see that call in action every single day. It's about the simple, powerful act of just showing up, being there day in and day out for someone, often a total stranger, when they are at their absolute most vulnerable. That right there is the foundation of it all.
Okay, so the calling itself might be pure, but let's be real for a second. The path, it's anything but simple. We really have to take a moment and just acknowledge the reality of what physicians are up against.
So we have to ask, right? Is this journey easy? And if you ask anyone in the field, they'll tell you straight up. The answer is a hard no. The journey is often filled with challenges that, believe it or not, have almost nothing to do with actually practicing medicine.
And this, right here, gets to the absolute core of the daily struggle. On one side, you have this incredibly pure intention: heal the patient. Simple. But on the other side, you've got this whole web of obstacles. We're talking rules, systems, barriers. You know, that endless paperwork just to get a necessary scan approved, or hospital rules that don't quite fit the person sitting right in front of you. It makes a simple goal feel, well, almost impossible sometimes.
It really can feel like you're trying to navigate a maze. All these layers, they just pull your time and your energy away from where it's desperately needed most, which is with a patient. And yet, through all of that, a doctor's focus has to stay locked in. So let's peel back those external, systemic challenges for a minute. Let's look at what's going on inside. Let's talk about the human being who's actually wearing that white coat.
First off, there's just immense joy. I mean, that pure, unbelievable feeling you get when you see a patient get better, when they walk out healthier, knowing you had a hand in that. That's the kind of feeling that can carry you through just about anything.
And then, oh my gosh, there's relief. That deep, quiet exhale when you finally nail a tough diagnosis, just in the nick of time. Or when a risky treatment actually works. It's this quiet little victory, but man, is it powerful. But it's not always about those wins. There's also a ton of stress, a ton of frustration. That awful feeling of helplessness when the system just fails your patient, when they don't get the care they need because of some bureaucratic rule you can't change. Those moments are heavy. They really, really take a toll. But here's the thing. And this is so important to understand. Feeling all of that, the joy, the stress, the relief, that's not a sign of weakness. No way. In fact, it's the opposite. It's proof that you're connected, that you're empathetic. That emotional investment, that's where the real strength comes from. And all of that strength, it leads straight to resilience. And we're not talking about just gritting your teeth and getting through it. This is an active, everyday choice to keep pushing, to keep honoring that calling. And look, this commitment, it's not happening in some perfect world. It's happening in spite of the crazy complex system, in spite of the ridiculously long days and the even longer nights. So, what's the response? Well, it's not just a one-time thing. It's this continuous choice to keep caring, even when you're completely drained, to keep listening, really listening, when you're being pulled in a million directions, and to always, always bring the focus back to healing. That's what it looks like in the real world. So, with all these hurdles, you might be wondering, what's next? What does the future even look like? Well, this isn't a story about giving up. It's a story of hope, and it's built on small, powerful actions.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Is this just how it is now? Is this broken system the final chapter? And the answer to that is a resounding absolute no. The story is still being written, every single day.
And here's the cool part. Here's how it's being written. It's not about some giant top-down reform. The future is literally being shaped in these small, everyday moments. Every time a doctor advocates for their patient, every time they take an extra minute to explain something, every single time they choose compassion, that's a better future being built. And that's what we're all aiming for, right? A future where healthcare gets back to basics, where we strip away all the nonsense and focus on what really matters. A simpler, more human, and more connected way of caring for each other. And this is a message for everyone in the field, for every single person listening. Be proud. Seriously. Not just for the incredible things you do, but for the person you have to be to do it.
Because at the end of the day, here's what it all comes down to. Never forget that behind the title, behind the clinic, behind that white coat, there's a person. There's a heart that cares deeply, that pushes through impossibly hard days, and that just refuses to give up on that calling. And that is the real heart of medicine.